Well, for nearly 40 years, she's been fighting to end domestic abuse in Hawaii and working to address family violence issues both locally and nationally. We're talking about Nanci Kreidman, CEO and co-founder of local nonprofit Domestic Violence Action Center. She's just announced her plans to retire next year, and DVAC began as a domestic violence legal hotline, which Nanci helped start, along with a support group for battered women and the first program for abusers, two organizations now known as the Family Peace Center. She also received the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Institute of Violence, Abuse, and Trauma and was the first recipient of the Patsy T. Mink Giraffe Award. And Nanci Dorn joined us live in studio to talk about closing this chapter. Nanci, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We really appreciate it. Yeah. So let's start off by talking about what made you choose to dedicate your entire career to stopping domestic violence.
It's an excellent question. It's a very fair question. People assume that I sort of have an axe to grind or have a purpose that's related to a personal experience that I've had. I'm one of the few women that I know who hasn't been a victim of anything. I haven't been a victim of child abuse or sexual assault or partner abuse. To me, it has been a moral obligation, a commitment to helping our community and our island families have the opportunity to live free and safe. And the path kept opening, and I kept walking along the journey, and it's been very fulfilling.
And, you know, since helping found DVAC, what are some of the accomplishments and some of the strides that have been made here in Hawaii?
Well, the Domestic Violence Action Center began as the Domestic Violence Clearinghouse and Legal Hotline with 2 part-time staff. There are now just a few more than 50 of us working in a variety of different kinds of programs, serving adult survivors and children. We've got attorneys on staff who carry a complex and potentially lethal divorce, restraining order, paternity caseload. We have housing programs. We have services for youth and teachers and people working in youth serving organizations called TAP 808. We have advocates who help people navigate that journey, which is complex and filled with difficult decisions and many barriers. So the community has changed quite a bit in some ways, and we still have a very long way to go in terms of policy and practice and enforcement and investment. The Domestic Violence Action Center recognized some time ago that there was more help needed than simply the Domestic Violence Action Center, that there's a role for every sector to play. Business, law enforcement, healthcare practitioners, clergy, teachers, educators, everybody can play a role. So we still need their work, and we still need their investment. We need our influencers and our policymakers and our elected leaders to join us in addressing domestic violence, because it has not gone away, and there's no sign it's going away in the near future.
And if people do want to get involved, there's actually an event happening tomorrow. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. Well, it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and tomorrow is the 28th annual Men's March Against Violence, which is an opportunity for men to stand up, speak up, and rise up to join women and the rest of the community in addressing domestic violence.
Of course, it doesn't discriminate by age, gender, or race, right?
No.
And lastly, if people need help, if victims of domestic violence need help, where can they go?
Well, they can certainly go to our website and find all the information that they need, www.domesticviolenceactioncenter.org. Call our helpline, 808-531-3771. They can chat and text with us if they don't want to make a telephone call. Lots of ways to reach us and our other community allies, Child and Family Service, Parents and Children Together. We're all working in service to peace in island families.
Well, Nanci Kreidman, congratulations on your retirement.
Thank you.
Thanks for all the great work over the past almost 4 decades. CEO of Domestic Violence Action Center. Thank you again.
Thanks so much.
Marissa, back